Nepal, a country well known for its Himalayas, especially highest peak of the world, Mount Everest. Being born and raised in Nepal, being a 27-year-old Nepali, I realized it's a shame that I have never experienced snow, never been up close to the mountains. 35% of Nepal's total land is in mountain region. Mountaineering and trekking brings significant amount of tourists in the country. We have world famous Sherpas, yet I don't have a single experience of trekking. There are various reasons behind it, and I don't completely blame myself. First of all, it's the culture. There comes many restrictions when you are born as a female. When I was a student in my early 20s, my parents never allowed such adventurous treks. Nepali parents are overprotective towards their daughters. I think we can all agree to that. Number two, it's of course expensive. We cannot afford most of the times, and being a middle class, it's hard to manage money for such trips. And number three, now that I'm old enough and have the fund, it's quite hard to find trek companions, and everyone seems to be busy. So at this age, crossing all the barriers, I decided to trek on my own. There are foreigners, even females, who fly from their country and trek solo in our mountains. So I'll be fine, I guess. Building all the strength and confidence. Let's get started. I decided to go for Mardi trek as it is a short trek of 6 days and said to be ideal for beginner trekkers. I joined and checked various Facebook groups for trekkers and solo travelers. I came across a female who was also leaving for Mardi trek. Thus I got the company. The Facebook group was very useful to us to get the informations about the weather condition, about the itinerary and hotel informations and hotel contacts. So it was very useful. Also, it was heavily raining in the mid-October, so we checked for weather and the weather was clear after October 25, so we decided the date to leave Kathmandu on 25th of October. As it is a budget trip, I tried to spend as low as possible, and I decided the itinerary for the trip accordingly. On the first day, we planned to reach Australian Base Camp from Kathmandu. On the second day, we planned to reach Low Camp from Australian Base Camp. On the third day, we aimed to reach High Camp from Low Camp. On the fourth day, we aimed to reach Mardi Base Camp from High Camp and begin our descent. We planned to descend up to Low Camp on the same day. On the fifth day, we planned to reach Sidhing from Low Camp, and then we get a jeep to Pokhara and spend our night in Pokhara. On the sixth day, we plan to return Kathmandu. After 7 hours, we reached Pokhara at 3 pm. We asked the driver to drop us at Hari Chowk, and so kind of him he did. From Hari Chowk, we catched the bus for Thampus. It was a slow bus, so it took 2 hours to reach Thampus. At 6 pm, it was already starting to get dark. We were baffled by the view of the mountains from Thampus. It is a beautiful village. Without a delay, we started ascending, and unfortunately, it became completely dark in the middle of the jungle. And here we are, two women walking in the dense jungle, lighting the way with our torch, starting adventure from the very first day. Even a tiniest noise could have freaked us out, but we were being brave. And there were beautiful fireflies in our way. I saw them after so long.
ए हो र तर माथिसम्म गयो भने नि
जाने प्लान त थियो
माथिसम्म
हजुर दुई जना उता जानु भयो
हजुर
बाटोको खास तपाईहरुलाई मतलब
नो
We had already booked our room in the hotel, and the hotel owner had our number, so he was also worried sick and kept us calling us on the way. Following his given direction, after an hour of uphill hike, we finally reached the hotel. Good morning. Morning is so beautiful from the place where we are staying. Golden hour. It looks so pretty. Can you see the mountains? Oh my god, so pretty. And I'm going in the terrace so that I can have a clear view. So good. After spending a relaxed morning, we had our breakfast. The name of the place where we stayed at is Australian Base Camp Guest House and Restaurant. Talking to the owners, I got to know a lot about place and a lot of new informations as well. Like we could have reached Australian camp from Kade. It would have been much faster with the bus. There are two routes from Pokhara to Australian Base Camp, Thampus and Kade. I suggest you come from the Kade side because it would be much faster. So the guest house charged us ₹900 each for the whole package of lodging, dinner and breakfast. It's a fair price. After breakfast, we left our guest house at 9 am. Today we plan to reach up to Low Camp. It is an estimated 7 hours hike. To reach Low Camp, we must pass through various rest points: Pritam Devrali, Dudh Kharka, Forest Camp, Rest Camp and finally Low Camp. This forest trail in the Annapurna Conservation Area gives you panoramic view of Annapurna Range and Machapuchre. As we two women were walking, many trekkers, shepherds and ponies transporting the goods passed by. Also, at places where you seem to confuse between the ways, then always look for the clues. Generous trekkers might have left notes or symbols drawn in the mud towards the right direction. As we walked further, the forest became denser and denser ahead. Walking through this temperate evergreen forest feels like walking through a fairy land we see in movies. Rhododendron, big oak trees, lichens and mosses on the barks makes this forest trail intense and mysterious. That was my Discovery Animal Planet BBC Earth moment. Experiencing so much biodiversity and beauty of the forest was overwhelming. There were even such places which looked like different ecosystem. As the time passed by, the fog began to engulf the forest. Now the trails were barely visible. We stopped on the trail for snacks. I'm not gonna lie, I was frightened to stay there. I was thinking about all the wild animals and snakes. Still had to eat as my energy was close to null due to hunger and tiredness. This is a never-ending trek.
Blue and white. So beautiful forest. Around 2 p.m. it started raining with hailstones in the forest. Thank God we had our raincoats. At 3 p.m. we reached Dodkharka and stopped by to lunch there. From Dodkharka we continued our trek. At 4 p.m. we reached Forest Camp. Like its name, it's in the middle of the forest. There are several hotels and majority of the trekkers spend their night at Forest Camp. We had already booked a hotel at Low Camp and we had mentioned that we were only 2 females in this trip, and after learning that this hotel owner also was constantly calling us time and again to check on us. On this day also we were pretty sure that we have to pass the jungle at night, so he was on his way down the jungle to guide us in the darkness. सब घोडा के अरे घोडा रे भेडाहरू कस्तो टल्केको के र माथिसम्म रहेछ। हेलो, हाम्रो होटेलको दाइ हो? होटेलको दाइ खै एउटा होटेलको दाइ कुरेर बस्छु भन्नुभएको थियो नि। माथि पो गइछन् भो। कस्तो टल्केको के भेडाहरूको। हिजोको जङ्गल डेन्जर कि आजको जङ्गल डेन्जर? आजको जङ्गल डेन्जर है। न तातो भेडा
उकालो कति छ अब
After 10 hours of walk. खोला त जुत्ताको पनि म यहाँ सुत्ने हो मजाले Finally, it's the end of our long day of trek. We walked for like 10 hours, starting from 9 a.m. and we reached here at 7:30. So it was a very long trek. Also, finally, we're at this low camp. As you can see, I'm all tucked up in bed. 2, 3 this blankets. Dinner was great. I ate ghirolako tarkari. I appreciate everything over here. Girola, which was my hatiest vegetable. I would have never eaten quinola at my home that my mom cooked, but it was tasty, you know. Give me to banda work. So yes, I'm going to sleep. Good night. Bye bye. If you like my videos, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel, and if you want to connect to me, then my Instagram link is below, also in the description. You can connect to me in my Instagram. Walked all day, tired now. Bye everyone. My video is worth it.